Judicial activism and judicial review. So first we are going to see the judicial review can be defined as a doctrine under which legislature and executive actions are subject to review by judiciary. Judicial review can be classified into three categories: reviews of legislative actions, reviews of judicial decisions, and review of administrative action. Therefore, it is also the duty of judge to ensure that balance of power is maintained, protect the human rights, fundamental rights, and citizens' rights of a life and liberty. If legislature passes a law which goes against the Constitution, judiciary can declare it ultra vires of the Constitution. Judiciary has the power to declare the laws of intra vires or ultra vires. Intra vires means within the powers, ultra vires means beyond the powers. Inside the power and outside the power. Ultra vires means outside. Judicial review refers to the power of the judiciary to review and determine the validity of the law or an order. Advantages of judicial review. And disadvantages of the judicial review. Then next is the judicial activism. Judicial activism refers to judicial rulings that are suspected of being based on a personal opinion rather than on an existing law. It is an antonym of the judicial restraint. Judicial activism is more of a behavioral concept of the judge concerned. It is a majority based on public interest, speedy disposal of cases, etc. Judicial activism means the power of the Supreme Court and the High Court, but not of the subordinate courts, to declare the laws as unconstitutional and void. What this basically means is that a judge, instead of abiding by the existing laws, intervenes their own personal feelings into a conviction or a sentencing. This is called judicial activism. Means instead of abiding or listening to the existing laws, intervenes their own personal feelings into a conviction or sentencing. Intervene means connect or link two or more things closely. Conviction means sentence, judgment. The person is considered as a guilty. Now the advantages of judicial activism. And next is the disadvantages of the judicial activism. So these are the main concepts. First is the judicial review. And second is the judicial activism. So these are the basic general questions. First is the France was first to elect their judge by election. Means for general knowledge we should know that the France was the first to elect their judge by election, and the judge of the Supreme Court are appointed by the president. Next is what are the drawbacks of electing judge by election. So drawbacks are that the elected judge often feel pressure to make their decisions in accordance with their popular opinion. This is the first drawback. Second is the election of judge will be based on more popularity rather than he or she is a scholar or qualified for that job. People will elect their candidate, means judge, on the popularity rather than by seeing his intelligence, his or her. The qualifications exams will have no value because the mode of selection is the election, and the election system will create partiality. The intelligence of the judge cannot be examined through the election system. So these are the drawbacks. So why the electing system should not be applied to the judge for the elections. And the three main bodies of the government are the legislative, executive and judiciary. Law-making authority, executive implements the law and judiciary interprets the law. And write the answer of this question, that what are the qualifications for being needed for being a judge of a Supreme Court and High Court. This is one of the important question. So here we have completed all the topics about the judiciary concept which were present in the second semester of FY BLS LLB.